The people of Germany. What makes the German culture unique? It has had a key role in the history of Europe. English speakers call it Germany. Germans themselves call it Deutschland. Germany is known as the country of poets and thinkers. German culture has been influenced and shaped throughout Germany's rich history, once as an important part of the Holy Roman Empire, and later on as one of the most stable economies in the world. People have different habits and characteristics which make them different from each other. Worse, today, Germany is home to 82.2 million people, including Germans and minorities of other nationalities that respect each other and together make Germany a country of values, unique celebrations, and customs. Berlin is its capital, but Hamburg, Munich, and Cologne are also among the main cities of Germany. It is estimated that the average woman in Germany lives around 83 years, while the average man lives 79 years. The main language is German and main religion is Christianity. There are a lot of stereotypes about Germans, as that they drink a lot of beer, which is true. They are hardworking and punctual, which is also true, and that the rate of unemployment in Germany is very low, true again. Language. Over 95% of the residents of Germany speak the German language, whether it is the standard German or any of its dialects. However, the German state has recognized 4 minority languages, which are the Upper and Lower Sorbian, Romani, Danish, as well as North and Satterland Frisian. There are also languages spoken by a sizable number of communities, as Turkish, Kurdish, Russian, Greek, Albanian, Polish, etc. Clothing. Today, the average German dress is typically Western. Both men and women wear dark, simple suits and shirts in business contexts. However, each region of the country have their own traditional costumes, which differ a bit from one another. For example, in the state of Bavaria, the traditional costume for men is leather trousers that end just above the knee, while for women it is a dress that incorporates a bodice, blouse, full skirt, and an apron. You can see people wearing these costumes, especially during carnivals or festivals. Religion. In Germany, a percentage of 65 to 70 of people recognize themselves as Christians, 29% of which as Catholics. There is also a Muslim minority of 4.4%. A number as high as 36% do not identify themselves as having any religion or belong to another than Christianity or Muslim. Symbolism. The German symbols have changed through different phases in history alongside the events that have shaped its culture and traditions. The eagle was part of the Holy Roman Empire, which after Prussia's victory over Austria in 1886 has been shared by 2 different states, Martin Luther and luminaries as Immanuel Kant, Johann Gottfried von Herder, and Johann Wolfgang Goethe are also important figures and very contentious symbols. Today, the most known symbol of the country is its black, red, and gold flag. Germany is one of the leading nations when it comes to reading. Philosophy. Some of the most famous philosophers were born and lived in Germany, like Immanuel Kant, who played a central role in the history of philosophy, and he was inspired by German philosophers Schopenhauer and Nietzsche, who spent their whole lives in Germany. On the other hand, the developers of the communist theory Marx and Engels were also Germans. Music. The world's most renowned classical composers, as Bach and Beethoven, who have marked the transition of music between the classical and romantic to Western classical music, are Germans, who were born and died in Germany. Other famous composers from Germany are Brahms, Schubert, Handel, Telemann, Orff, etc. Nowadays, Germany is home to many music festivals, starting from electronic music to hip-hop and rock and roll. The largest music festival in Germany, which is also one of the largest in the world, is the Rock am Ring Festival, which gathers artists and performers, as well as music fans from all over the world. Germany also has many opera houses, which also serve as a tourist attraction for foreign visitors. Architecture. The country has gone through a tumultuous history, the signs of which are evident in its rich and diverse architecture. Its palaces, castles, cathedrals, and monuments best tell the story of Germany. Amphitheaters, spas, and Roman bridges are part of the ancient architecture and the civilization that bloomed in the territory that today is Germany. Pre-Romanesque architecture consists of churches, as the Abbey Church of St. Michael's that dates back to the beginning of the 10th century, whereas during the Romanesque period a lot of cathedrals were built which have survived through time till today. The Cologne Cathedral, as well as many other cathedrals, were built during the Gothic era. The Renaissance, which bloomed between the 15th and 17th centuries, is characterized by castles and palaces as the Heidelberg Castle or the Ducal Landshut residence. Baroque architecture arrived in Germany in the 18th century, and a lot of building as the Würzburg residence or the Augustusburg Castle have survived through time until today, and are among the tourist attractions that gather a lot of tourists. Buildings like that of the Semper Opera in Dresden, the Schwerin Palace, and the Ulm Cathedral belong to historicism architecture. As for the modern era, it consists of buildings as the Einstein Tower, Berlin Modernism housing estates, and the Glewes Radio Tower. Art. German art has played a crucial role in the development and shaping of Western art, especially of Celtic art, Carolingian art, and Ogmian art. Painting and sculptures in Gothic style were very famous in Europe, including Germany. The highlight of the 15th century was the design of altarpieces. Generations of German artists explored and showed their skills in Baroque and Rococo style, as well as of Neoclassicism. Romanticism is also a very important part of German art. Some of the most famous German paintings are The Sin by Franz Stuck, Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog by Caspar David Friedrich,